Who were Vedic gods? They were one or many? There are confusions over the meaning of gods in Hindu religion and their importance. There is also debate on monoism or pluralism of gods in Hindus. The word Devas is taken in a literal meaning of deity, gods, Lord, and now Almighty. But the Devas or Devtas were taken in the meaning of giver or who run the principles of nature. Devtas are the term fixed for certain natural principles to understand how they work in the universe. These Devas or Devtas were divided into three categories, in which the highest Devas were who work in the space and outside the atmosphere of Earth. These are sun, sky, moon and stars. The second Devas were who work inside the atmosphere of Earth, and they are rain, thunder, air. And the third category was the Devas that are on ground of Earth, and they were fire and so on. The personified forces of nature first changed into real gods, and these later on became mere form of one personal and transcendental God, the custodian of the cosmic and moral order, who himself later on passed into the immanent Purusha. The Critical Survey of Indian Philosophy on Vedas, written by Chandradhar Sharma, says that Aryan, who were primitive, if not semi-civilized and semi-barbarous, settled down and began to wonder at the charming and the tempting and to fear the terrible and the destructive aspects of nature. They personified them in an anthropomorphic fashion and called them gods and goddesses and began to worship them. M. N. Roy in Materialism stated, the idea of one god or a super god becomes a social necessity as a spiritual sanction for the monarchic state rising on the ruins of tribal freedom. An overlord in heaven is postulated as the sanction for an overlord on earth. Basically, the Aryans divided their gods according to their qualities, and therefore Mitra, the sky, Varuna, the dark sky, Surya, the sun, Ashvenu, the dawn and the dusk, Usha, the sun rays, and the most important was Indra, the rain, and the Maruti, the wind, Rudra, the storm, Prithvi, the earth. These gods were the first philosophy, the first attempt at explaining the wonders of nature, as said by Max Muller in Indian Philosophy and Three Classes of Vedic Gods. He again explained that it was not artificial or the work of one individual only, but was suggested by nature herself. Earth, air, sky, or again morning, moon and night, spring, summer and winter are traits clearly visible in nature, and therefore under different names and forms mirrored in ancient mythology in every part of the world. But the Vedas alone cleared that these were the names, and these names denotes power of the nature which is only one. Ekam Sat Vipra Vada Vadanti Agnim Yamam Matrivubham Ahu. That is, sages called these in many ways, but they are one. Either call it Agni, Yam or Maruti. The Vedas definitely talked about the monoism of the concept of God and introduced the term Prajapati, the king of people. Rig Ved in chapter 10, 1 to 1, 10, part 3rd, 9, page 9 and 10 states, He who gives life, he who gives strength, whose command all the broad gods, river, whose shadow is immortality and mortality, who is the God to whom we should offer our sacrifice. May he not destroy us, he the creator of the earth, or he the righteous who created the heaven, he who also created the broad and mighty waters, who is the God to whom we should offer our sacrifices. O Prajapati, no other but thou hast held together all these things. Whatever we desire in sacrificing to thee, may that be ours, may be the Lords of wealth. Scholars wondered greatly and found that Vedas was not a work of a day or of a year, but it was the continuous process of thinking, logic, observation, and therefore the concept of Prajapati, which was established after the notions of different gods termed on the basis of nature were again questioned. The Rig Veda that established first the power of nature with animated names and personified them, that some living being is doing this work like lightning in the sky and thundering, and personified with the names, and then later these different gods working under one headship, namely Prajapati, who is the Lord of Lords. The seer and thinkers of Vedas again questioned and found that these gods are not enough to satisfy the thirst of knowing, and therefore they question again on such phenomena of nature. As stated in Rig Veda, Part 1, 197, 5 and 6, as an ignorant and unaware in my mind, I asked for the hidden places of the gods. The sages, in order to weave, stretched the 7 strings over the newborn calf. Not having discovered, I asked the sages, who may have discovered. Not knowing, in order to know, he who supported the 6 skies in the form of the unborn, was he possibly that one? Again, the Nasadhyams asked and put question on the concept which was established by the seers about gods. There was then neither what is nor what is not truth is. There was neither sky nor the heaven which is beyond what covered. Where was it, and in whose shelter? Was the water the deep abyss in which it lay? There was no death hence. Was there nothing immortal? There was no light and even distinction between day and night. That one breath by itself without breath, other than it there has been nothing. Darkness there was in the beginning, all this was a sea. Without light, the gem that lay covered by the husk. That one was born by the power of heat, tapas. Love overcomes it in the beginning, which was the seed springing from mind. Poets, having searched in their heart and found by wisdom the bond of what it is not. The ray which was stretched across, was it below or was it above? There was seeds because there was power, self-power below and will above. Who then knows? Who has declared it here from whence was born this creation? The God came later. Then this creation was then know whence it arose. He from whom the creation arose, whether he made it or didn't make it, the highest seer in the highest heaven. He forsooth knows, or does even he not knows. Nasadhyam, Rigved 81, 2-4. It practically looks like proving that logic and reasoning was the base of such philosophy. Especially, Vedas are not simply documentary or code of mythology, but a remarkable work that showed that reasoning and rationality existed that time, which question the established theories in the similar text. And Atharvaveda in chapter 9, 5.30 said, Atma is what myself, my father, son, grandson, Grandfather, wife, mother, whoever is my dear, I call upon them to magnify myself.